Yo, Happy New Year. Welcome to another episode of the Free Speech Podcast, coming to you live from the coldest place in the world. I'm joined as ever by the Beijing sensation, Mr. Hate Speech himself.
Hello.
Our producer.
Extraordinaire.
So we're back, baby. It's been a mad week. How was Christmas and New Year for you guys?
Well, we did Christmas last episode.
Oh, yeah, we did that. Right? How was New Year then?
New Year was quiet for me. I watched a movie.
What movie did you watch?
I watched Midsummer.
Oh, is it vampire or something?
She goes and joins a cult. Or
Right.
they join a cult.
Is it good?
It's pretty decent. It's weird, but it's all right.
Yeah.
You know, this woman goes to Sweden, I believe it is, and they go with this weird cult who has a fascination with death.
And what do the cult do? A lot of cults have got a fascination with death, and there's that one in the jungle. They drank the Kool-Aid. The Jonestown massacre.
In Grenada.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
Jones, yeah, that was big when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And they drank the Kool-Aid, all committed suicide. And then there was a shootout on the
Waco
at the airport.
Oh, with the same.
They were trying to
cult.
escape, with the same guys.
And there's
Waco.
Waco was
Waco Siege, where the FBI and the
What flavour Kool-Aid was it?
I think it was cherry, because it was reddish. It's either cherry or grape.
Yeah.
I reckon.
You can't get
grape
Kool-Aid.
is the best.
I'm loving
get Kool-Aid in the UK.
Leo's driving gloves that you've got there. You're looking very, very
These aren't
dashing.
driving. These are warm gloves
These
for
are just
staying warm.
gloves. You look-
Patrick Bateman, baby.
yeah, those look like you could murder someone with them.
We are the champions. You can't even hold the mic. The mic's got that thing in it that Freddie had. We'll meet together to the end.
I was thinking, what did Freddie have? But yeah,
Sing that song again.
I'm obviously healthy years, Freddie.
What was that? What was that song that you couldn't remember, and then Leo made it up? Remember?
Brown sugar?
Yeah, brown sugar,
sugar,
baby.
Sugar baby. Yeah.
Have you guys ever saw Freddie perform live?
how old?
Freddie
Yeah, how old are
Mercury.
you, Nico, man?
Like,
I thought you said you're 38.
No, I'm asking if you guys, because you lived over here. I don't know what era he's from.
Well, he's from the 80s, 70s, in the 80s, really.
Okay.
so
But
did we see
died.
him when we were 4?
Did you ever see Bob Marley live?
No.
Well then.
Who did you see live?
No, but I genuinely don't know what era he would have been.
I mean, I guess feasibly we could have gone and seen
Well,
Freddie
you
Mercury,
could've.
like Live Aid, something like that.
Oh yeah. Did you go to
I
live?
was like 8, so I could have watched it.
Yeah. So he would have been your parents' guy then.
Yeah, they weren't really into Queen, like Rod Stewart and the Eurythmics. And what's his name? Paul, the guy from Hello Darkness, my old friend.
Paul Simon.
Paul
Simon
Simon.
Garfunkel.
Simon and
Paul
Garfunkel.
Simon.
Have you heard the Disturbed version of that? It's really good.
Right.
It's got the highest rated view, most watched video on YouTube for like a Conan O'Brien clip.
Okay.
Right.
So who was your thing to watch, music people to watch
The Silence.
in the UK when you all were coming up?
Michael Jackson.
Just all sorts. There's Vanilla Ice. There's Bros.
Vanilla Ice. He had one song.
Yeah, it's a good.
No,
song.
he didn't. He had 2 songs.
And also, it's the old days. Like in the 80s, people would have a number one, and it wasn't like now where nobody knows who the number one is, or it's number one for 1 week. Man, things would be number one for like 58 weeks. Bryan Adams.
Wet.
Yeah.
Do you know
Meatloaf,
Wet? Like,
Meatloaf.
Anything for you?
Yeah.
That wasn't. How long was that number one
Like
for?
28 weeks, number one. It was crazy. 16 weeks. Bryan Adams was at number one, possibly more.
Yeah.
Right, so you would have gone to a Bryan Adams concert?
No.
So I'm talking concert-wise that you guys would have gone to would have been what? Like
Well,
Oasis?
the first gig was Cypress Hill,
Oh, sick.
mine was Iron Maiden.
Nice.
and then Blur. I did see Oasis. I saw them in America though. Yeah, we else Dodgy. Lots of Britpop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Iron Maiden, Nico?
I can't tell you anything from Iron Maiden.
Number of the Beast.
I would know, the only rock shit I know,
Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter.
no.
A lot.
I would know
High.
some AC/DC.
AC/DC had
that's
an
a
album
bit
out every 2 weeks when I was at school. Like literally every 2 weeks there'd be a new AC/DC album. It was amazing.
Well, Iron Maiden are more metal than rock.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
good. That's the first band I saw.
I know. I probably know a couple Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
But
Paranoid.
otherwise, I wouldn't really.
Guns N' Roses? Do you
Not
like?
my
You must know
kind of
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
What was going to metal like a metal concert?
We broke in. So basically, what it was, and this is how I got back into wrestling, is my friend was briefly working at Earl's Court, and he said, "Come down, I'll get you into the events." And we turned up to go to the Brit Awards.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there. We wanted to break in. And then we just realized people just leave the fire the exits open around these big stages. So we just walked into the Brit Awards. And then we realized we had the parties for the backstage for the Brit Awards, about 15. Then we realized you could just go into all the concerts. So we just go there to all the different events and walk in.
Right.
Iron Maiden was great. And then we went backstage and we told our friend Chris, who was younger than us. So we were about 18. We were like 15. And we were wearing metal stuff like black. But Chris didn't know a clue about metal. So he turned up wearing like some like pastel blue, like
spiky hair,
sweater. And it looked like the most like college kid ever. And we broke backstage and we were in this lift with Entombed and Slayer, like quite big metal bands. Everyone's like metal, 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 and there's one kid wearing chinos and a blue sweater. Are you meant to be here? Yeah. So it was good. We partied with Bruce Dickinson. They literally walk into this backstage party and then walk out just so they can say they've been there.
Right, yeah. I mean, when I first moved to London, I got a Vespa. I got a motorbike. I did my bike training, and I got a motorbike, this proper looking. It was only a 125, but it was proper looking,
like a Yamaha.
Yeah, it was a Yamaha.
I saw them. I wanted to get one of them.
Yeah, and then I got like a leather jacket, and I got the the black helmet and stuff. But then like I got this bike and I rode it like for a couple of days, and I was like, man, I can't ride this. It's too. My knees were up.
I was going to say, you must look ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Like Donkey Kong in a go-kart.
Totally.
That's a classic of an 18-year-old trying to get laid. This motorbike will do it. The 125.
I was like 26, but like I went back to the shop and I said, look, I don't fit in this motorbike. It's too uncomfortable to ride. And he said, well, why don't you get a Vespa? Because you sit up high on them. And I had a go on it, and it was brilliant funny. It's just so easy. You just go. So I got this red Vespa instead, but I'd already bought the biker leather. So I just had to keep these biker leather. People were like pointing at me and laughing. Just looking like I was on a Fireblade on this little red Vespa. Mental. But man, if you come off a Vespa at like 35 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, you're going to want some. You can't be doing it in flip-flops carrying a cappuccino. You know what I mean? You're going to want a leather jacket.
You know who loves Vespas? Daryl, just the tonic.
Yeah, he's a mod.
Yeah, mod.
Yeah.
What? So you had one of those fake Harley-looking Yamahas?
Yeah, it wasn't like Harley looking, but it was a motorbike. It was a proper motorbike.
It wasn't a prop. It was a 125.
A 125. That's a decent.
Pull out the
size
125 there.
They all look like.
They all look it, but then they have
engine.
they have an L plate on the back because you didn't.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
and they go.
yeah. No, that's a 50. That's a 50cc.
Yeah,
that's like the ones I mean in Thailand riding those 50cc ones. And
you got any pictures?
Wouldn't go up a hill. You know what I mean? You got to like push it. You got to push it with your feet.
You got any pictures of you on this bike?
No.
Hilarious.
Got pictures of it in Thailand on those bikes.
Oh yeah.
I got my bike license from Pizza Hut. I joined just because they paid for your CBT, and then I became
for your
hormone therapy.
CBT.
Cognitive behavioral therapy.
No,
Cock and balls therapy.
It's like Central Bike Test or some shit.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can't remember anyway.
Compulsory basic training.
That's what it is. Compulsory basic training. So I am certified to ride a bike. But talking about hormone replacement therapy.
I've seen you walk down the street, man. You shouldn't be certified to get in anything with wheels.
And I got a driving license, manual.
Manual,
like that's
Have you got
flex.
a manual?
Yeah, that's a flex.
How come you drive an automatic?
Yeah, I can't actually drive a manual. I should have failed my driving test.
Man.
I pulled out on a roundabout, almost killed myself.
I remember in Edinburgh. So Darius lives in Edinburgh with his.
We don't want no family stuff.
All right, yeah. But this isn't family, so I won't meant.
Time check that. Just say I was driving.
Oh, so Darius was driving, and he finished driving.
Can't be asked.
And he needed to park. And he couldn't parallel park, so he had to phone somebody who
What?
I'm not allowed to mention family, but
Oh,
somebody
you phone my wife.
phone his wife, and she had to come out and parallel park for him.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
There's no shame in that. She's good.
There's
at
a lot of
parking.
shame.
There's a lot of shame in that.
there's a lot of shit.
This is the kind of misogyny, right?
No, it's
That
called
is-
toxic masculinity.
toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
stop shaming. I'm not good at parking. So what? I need
That's
a
crazy.
reversing camera.
So what? You called her up and tell her to come up
Yeah, I
out the
said
car?
come outside and park the car and make sure
No,
the
no,
fucking
you-
dinner's on the
You've
table
managed to turn that misogynistic.
on the same time.
That's crazy, man.
It's a big car. That is a big Mercedes, though.
Is there anything?
Her Mercedes.
Does it not have the beeping thing?
Yeah,
the
but
sensors?
that doesn't really help you. It's just like someone
It
screeching in
helps
the
you
background.
quite a lot. I mean, it tells you when you're gonna hit.
Yeah,
Like-
it
Oh,
just
yeah,
tell
but-
you
Yeah,
you're gonna hit.
yeah. I mean,
Did you not play video games growing up?
the problem is, since my back surgery, I can't really turn around, so I just guess.
Do you know that?
Use the mirrors, man.
Yeah, you can use the mirrors, but sometimes
Yeah.
objects. Are
To be fair, my
closer than-
wife
You do
drives
need to
more
turn
than I do, so
Yeah.
she drives way more than I do. So
Would you phone her to help to get you to park?
nah, but
I would.
I-
I'd
I-
phone your wife to get.
but nah,
Hi, Mrs. Yearwood. Can you come and park this car, please?
But nah, she
struggling.
drives everywhere. She drives everywhere.
Right.
I drive when she can't drive.
From your house, can you walk to the train station?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And is there anything you can do that your wife can't do, so she'd phone you and get you to help?
Yeah, anything technical or putting stuff up or anything like that.
What like technical what?
Like turning on the TV. That's just. To be fair though, it's not as easy as it sounds. Like now you've got the fire stick. You've got this.
we're not on Nico's with his remote that's on a fucking lead.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
His wind-up television.
Telling us he's 32. He's 32, but with this like
Put
fucking
more coal into the TV.
TV was like a big wooden cabinet with a screen that size in the middle.
Explosion when you take pictures.
Oh god, do you remember programming a VCR to try and record something and it never worked?
Yeah.
I'd never ever be able to get anything unless you were there. You'd have to press record,
Yeah.
trying to time.
Well,
it.
yeah, it's trying to set the time.
Yeah, you had to get the time right, and then there'd be a delay in something.
Yeah,
You know,
like
maybe-
the sports would overrun, and then
Yeah.
like so you'd miss the last half hour of the
Yeah,
film.
it was dog shit.
Mad, yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Setting
watching
the-
stuff back on VCR was like it just looked like shit compared to what TVs are amazing now. I can't believe how good TVs are.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They're too
So
complex
sharp.
now.
They are
How
too
are they
complex.
too
though.
complex?
But man, you need about 50 remote controls. You press the Sky remote, it turns on the TV. You lose that, then you can't get any. You've got
No,
to
you
turn on
can-
them too many
Yeah,
things.
Like-
you
you
got to torrent stuff and all the rest
Yeah.
of it.
No,
You,
you
got Darius has got to phone his wife to find out how to do it.
No, she's got to phone me. I know how to use the TV.
You can just get Amazon Fire Stick. It controls your TV.
So
as
I've got an Amazon Fire Stick and I
Okay.
use.
Well, why don't you ask your wife how to use it? And
No,
then-
she asked me how to use it.
Okay, cool.
Darius is a technical genius.
I'm a technical genius. That's what I'm good at.
You could get a job in Curry's.
I could get a job in Curry's.
Yeah. Oh, and if any Americans
Selling
are
3 pump pigs.
if it,
Free pin
three
plug.
pin-
Free pun pig.
plump pigs.
Isn't that Christmas song?
Welcome
On
to
the fourth day of Christmas, Mooch gave to me
Lobotomy.
3 plump pigs.
Yeah.
talking about plump pigs. Let me see.
Okay.
I'm now on and into 3. I'm on my 3rd day of fasting. Someone in the
Oh,
comments
yeah.
said I wouldn't last more than 2 days. I have lasted.
Yeah, and he's been very, very thorough with this fast. He's only eating 1 jar of Marmite at night.
Marmite. You're eating Marmite.
No, I'm drinking. So this is my thing. I'm drinking a lot of water with electrolytes, which are like salt and stuff,
Yeah.
and this green
Gravy,
shit.
lots of
and
gravy.
then at night time, I have a cup of 1 spoon of Marmite in hot water for vitamin B, and also it kind of
And 12 slices of toast.
and peanut butter and hot water.
Well, so far it's not. I can't. This,
Give it
this is water with
3
salt.
days, no food.
3 days, no food.
And you've noticed any mental agility or anything?
I've
3
yet
pump
to
pigs.
notice any benefits to it other than being hungry. Although what I have noticed is I realize sometimes I'm not actually hungry. I just like eating. Like I don't want to eat. I just want to eat, but I don't need to
You
eat.
eat for eating's sake.
Yeah, just because it's.
I tell you what's good. They've got these little jellies that are really, really low carb. And they're no carbs. So they're 9 calorie jellies that are good. And they fill you up if you are If you're,
But that's
if you're
cheating.
Why-
That's
why-
cheating. Why you eating shit?
But
And why are you a couple of teenage girls on Instagram?
Hold on,
Why-
I wasn't doing the fasting. I wasn't doing the fasting to lose weight. Well, initially I was, right. I'm gonna fast because I ate loads of shit. at
So why are you
Christmas.
doing it?
Well, now I'm doing it because I've read all
Can't
of these
afford food.
extended.
I'm broke.
I've read all of it. Man, our YouTube numbers are going through the roof. We've got loads of money now. We made £4 last month. I read, which is £1 each. That's maths.
Quick maths.
So anyway, I read that there's all these extra benefits from fasting, i.e. your cells start going through something called atrophagy or something like that. And it renews-
Atrophy, yeah.
Not atrophy, atrophagy or something like that. It renews, it's not atrophy, it's atrophagy.
Sounds a lot like atrophy.
It sounds like atrophy, but it's atrophagy or something like that. You basically, it renews your cells, it does all this, you're meant to be mentally clearer. So far, I've had none of these benefits, but I'm going to stick through it at least until tomorrow, and then that will be 4 days. Then I might quit.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, fasting's supposed to be great for you. Fasting supposed to help you live longer.
Well, I like listening to my body and what my body says. My body says, well, let's eat some food.
Yeah, well, you eat pork chops a lot.
I eat everything. I eat anything I want. You know what I had for breakfast? Panettone. I had panettone and coffee with cream.
Post that in the group.
I-
This
Yeah,
group,
this thing I want to read that.
Yeah, Mooch.
cancer prevention. I've heard about that because cancer cells require a lot of energy, so a lot of sugar and stuff.
Yeah, if you have a lot of vitamin C as well.
That's it?
Yeah.
Right.
Vitamin C, the molecules, the cancer thinks it's sugar, attaches to that, and it doesn't. Yeah. It's not the cure
Yeah.
because otherwise there'd be no cancer.
Yeah.
Check
yeah.
and see if it says atrophagy on there.
That's what I was trying to find, but I'll have a look.
Yeah, post that link,
Post that in
please,
the group,
in
yeah.
the group.
It's good. It's not. To be honest, I'm
So
not
what?
being that hungry.
Sorry, the vitamin C kills off the cells, Mooch?
No, so basically, cancer reproduces using sugar. So, like, if you have like a keto diet, it's actually better for some types of cancer.
Yeah.
And if you have a lot of vitamin C in your diet, for certain cancers, the cancer thinks that the vitamin C is sugar, takes that, doesn't grow, and it
Yeah.
sort of stifles the spread of it.
Basically, it's healthy to not be a fat shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
what all these body positive man. Because my fiance, she follows them just for like the sheer horror value. There's all these like fat women on Instagram who are all like, you know, like
Some comics as well.
you gotta love your body and all this sort of stuff. Man, you better love it because nobody else gonna love that type of shit. Like they're
allowed
all
to
like
say that.
they're all like oh, you know, like I used to be so unhappy because I was trying to like, you know. I was trying to get down to this target weight, and it's like you're gonna kill yourself with all this like, you know,
Visceral fat around.
visceral fat around your organs and you can't all that strain in your joints and your heart and everything. It's
But
not.
what a way to go! If you're gonna go out, you might as well go out just eating yourself to death. It's
Like Big Pun,
Yeah,
What's
Who's
big,
Big Pun?
he's a big
famous
Punisher.
rapper,
Yeah,
big rapper.
I don't want
He
to be
was
a player
great.
no more.
Yeah,
Didn't he lose a lot of weight?
not to my
No, that was Fat Joe, who's now not so Fat Joe.
Slim Joe.
So look at the people we lost, like Patrice.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had diabetes.
yeah.
But I have to say, so far, I'm not that hungry. I mean, I get hungry, but I don't feel like desperate. I think that's because I've been doing the electrolytes and stuff.
And do you think you're
I
fat?
eat 10 Marmite.
It's not about fat. It's not about being fat. It's about trying to see if I get these benefits.
Because you got the maddest body image of anybody I know.
I've got
Like
body reality.
Darius went to Turkey to get a hair transplant. Just like he's the least bald person.
Autophagy.
Autophagy. See?
Autophagy is what it was. So yeah, it wasn't
Self-gay. I told you about it, man. I got it right.
autophagy.
My teeth look quite white.
Very autophagy.
Yeah, everybody's teeth look white on this. We've obviously got some sort of Instagram filter over this camera feed.
Yeah. So yeah, you're enjoying the fight. When does it end?
Well, initially I was going to do 7 days, but now I think that's optimistic. So today will be the 3rd day. I'll see how I feel tomorrow.
Is that a monk's fast? A monk's fast 36 months, isn't it? 36 hours.
I don't know. But I've done more than 48. I'm over. I'm in 50 hours.
Are you feeling dizzy, lightheaded,
Nothing like
nauseous?
that.
Nothing?
You're gonna go to the gym after.
I'm going to go to the gym. I went to been going to the gym, been lifting heavy.
Yeah,
Well, for
fasted
me.
exercising is really good.
Well, this because my fiance was telling me about this because she's like a personal trainer and stuff, and there's
Is this Heather?
no.
Rachel.
Rachel, that was it.
So there's a thing. fasted cardio, so it means your body breaks down.
You don't have the glycogen in your muscles.
Yeah,
so that
you're not taking it from your bloodstream.
the
You got to
muscle
take
store,
it from the fat stores.
The stores of fat.
Yeah.
The flat.
I love how this has become a health pod.
Yeah.
And I love how completely sort of like
Clueless
uninformed
we are.
it is.
I think that's pretty much that's par for the course with this podcast.
I want to stress that this is medical advice, yeah? Take everything we say at face value and do what we say. You will be safe.
And a good way of burning calories is to sit in a shipping container that's 2 degrees above freezing.
Yeah.
And then, your body's got to burn a lot of calories just to stay alive.
I bought this from Decathlon today. $1.99.
What is it? Is it snood?
It's snood. $1.99.
Does that count as a face mask on the tube?
Oh shit! Maybe it does actually.
Did you get anything else?
I got this hat as well.
Decathlon is ridiculously cheap.
Man, Decathlon's great. They've got like a climbing wall, full-size football pitch, ski, indoor golf course, indoor ski course.
What?
It's amazing.
Where?
In Canada Water.
That's where I live.
There's a massive Decathlon.
Yeah.
You can go up
Is
onto the roof and use the football pitch for free.
Oh, is it?
And they've got loads of stuff you can. I just went in there and had a play around.
On the roof.
Man, everything on the roof.
So what happened if the ball go off?
Oh, they got nets.
Big cage and shit.
Yeah, it's just like, in those.
They thought of that.
of,
We're going to put a football pitch on the roof.
Yeah.
What if someone kicks the ball over there? And you know what we're going to do? We're going to put nets on there.
Yeah.
If you kick it over the net, then you're really shit.
What is there? Is there a net
Or
going
your
across the
tray.
top?
Yeah, maybe. I don't fucking know. I never kicked the ball out of the stadium.
You
Yeah.
play football though?
Yeah, I'm a baller, baby. I'm the best.
I've never
footballer.
seen you playing football.
Well,
Yeah.
when have you seen any of us do anything? The only thing you've seen us do
It's comedy.
is comedy and,
Bro.
and bouldering.
Comedy.
Fuck you. And bouldering. You've seen us do bouldering. I've seen you do rock climbing.
I was
Nico.
great at rock climbing,
Fuck
wasn't
me,
I?
man. That is a man with a low center of gravity.
I was good.
Just struggling.
I was good at rock climbing.
We should go again. That was fun.
It was fun, yeah.
Why didn't I get invited?
Because
You're
you're
too
taller
tall,
than.
man.
You're
Why am I too tall? How can you be too tall?
You're
Being
taller.
tall is an advantage for rock climbing.
Yeah, not for bouldering. Bouldering like just up on a little roll, but you can't go plot your way
Yeah,
around.
so I'll be able to do it. I probably won't. I'll stay standing on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Actually, I don't know why you didn't come.
You do it outside on hills, or do you do it?
No,
in
you
a-
do it. It's
Yeah,
just actually
indoors.
just around the corner.
There's-
Do it,
there's a-
do it outside on a hill, on a mountain.
Well, no, because then you die. This you fall off onto a
Well,
mat.
you're not going that high. I've gone up mountains.
All right, well, let's go bouldering. Let's do a 3-speech bouldering Patreon special. Actually, like and subscribe.
That would be so shit.
I think it'd be quite funny just seeing how
Let's
shit you
take
are.
mushrooms and then go bouldering.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's I'd pay to see that.
It is mad being up mountains when you're on mushrooms because I mind being up like we're on this mountain. It was like you can see the clouds going down the valleys. It was so cool. You're sort of up above the clouds.
Yeah, being in nature on mushrooms is the one, man.
Yeah, it's
you-
brilliant.
Remember when we did mushrooms in Thailand? That was great.
That was brilliant fun.
Except sometimes it messes with your perception. So remember those hot women were talking to us. We thought they were witches. And we were just,
I was in the water with this one. I was like tripping balls, but like I was sort of like, man, is this on? You know what I mean? Like she's in the water with me. She's talking to me and stuff. But then I was like looking at her and like she's like really hot. And then I look again and she's like 75. And I was like, but I was just tripping. I think she was actually quite.
yeah, I think they were quite hot, and we managed to.
We managed to not.
We managed to protect our virginity. That's what we did. They were like, "Oh, we're on holiday in Thailand. We're gonna get laid. It's gonna be an experience." But no, it's not.
And then we got lost
On a
driving-
straight road.
So we just got to this island and we like found a place to stay and like rented motorbikes and stuff and drove off. Then like it's funny because we went to this beachside bar. And Darius went to get a couple of beers and he comes back from the bar with a couple of beers and this like mushroom milkshake and he's like, they sell mushrooms here, but they won't do anything because if they did anything, they wouldn't sell them in a bar. I was like, yeah, don't be too sure about that.
What do you reckon these two would look like on mushrooms? These guys fucking have.
That'd be. I mean, that's nightmare fuel when you're not even tripping balls. But
I haven't finished the mushroom story.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
let
sorry.
Nico
I'll
finish
just
the
cut you off there.
Yeah, cut me off.
It was a good story as well.
Yeah, it's a good story. So then, like, where there was a fire on the beach, we're like, there's these Dutch girls, and it was just so much fun. But then, like, about 2 a.m. or something, we were like, man, we better get home. We're still tripping. So we got on our motorbikes and like we drove off really slowly, and we couldn't find where we lived. Like, we're just everywhere looked like a gingerbread house. And then Darius ran out of petrol. We're driving up and down. There's only like one road.
It was just
as well.
a straight road.
It was like a straight road. We just couldn't. But there was actually a turning that we missed. But yeah, we're driving up and then Darius ran out of petrol, so we had to go to this petrol station. Had this self-service machine, and Darius like put the money in, and it's like the self-service machine's like pinging and talking to him in Thai and stuff.
Oh, that was mental.
He put the nozzle in, and then the petrol all sprayed out. There was like a loose thing, so the petrol all sprayed out. I think because he hadn't like pulled the lever or something. There's a loose thing at the top, so it all sprayed out. And this little Thai guy in an army jacket comes running across the road. It's like 4 a.m. by this point. And like that, most people when they take mushrooms or whatever, they have some sort of epiphany. Take mushrooms for the first time, you have some sort of like, you see the world in a different way, and you're like, hey man, we're all one. You know what I mean? Like, we're all united by love and the connections that go out through the nature's grid and all this. But this little Thai guy comes running across the street to help us, and Darius just turns around to me and he goes, don't give him any money. He's going to want money. Don't give him any money.
Don't give him no. I can do the petrol myself.
Obviously not. You're dousing it.
And the best thing was, so the guy sorted it out, put more money in and stuff, and the guy sorted it out, got the petrol in the machine. But when the guy like went to like press the button to release the petrol, Darius stood exactly where all the petrol had sprayed out before. I was dying laughing, just waiting for fucking Darius to get covered in petrol, and then like light a victory cigar. It's amazing.
Anyway, the point is mushrooms are fun.
And Darius doesn't change from being a complete sociopath.
I never change
No matter how much psychedelics he's
Can you
had.
park your bike on mushrooms, or do you need your...
Just ditch them. That was fun. That was a fun trip. That's when I always got in a fight with a promoter. That's when I got banned from the Singapore Comedy Festival.
Man, like that promoter
Sorry.
That was hilarious.
When you got banned from the Singapore Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
This is a story I think we have to hear.
Yeah.
So I came out to Singapore. I wasn't booked, but I was there anyway.
You're banned from a festival you're not even booked on.
And then they gave me things, but it was sponsored by Magners. And then obviously the guy who promoted said, whatever you do, don't shit on Magners. So the first thing I hear is shit on Magners, right? If you tell me not to do, I'll go on stage and I say this is presented to you by the superior cider brand Bulmers or something like that.
Yeah.
Funny, but in a nice way, right?
Yeah.
And actually turns out Bulmers and Magners are
owned by the same thing.
They're the same company anyway, so it's a funny joke. And it's anyway. The promoter hears this and he's just a dickhead. His name's Quill Potter. He is a joke.
He was like a local small time promoter who'd sort of inveigled his way into this festival. He wasn't the main promoter running it,
but he was a real dickhead. Anyway,
joke thief as well.
Yeah, he was a joke thief, and he went off on me. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, wow, would you speak to me like that if I wasn't convinced? Like, some of these promoters, like, you will never gig in it. Like, really in my face. I said, I'm not going to do. I said, fine, I won't gig again. I won't gig this thing. Anyway, we were at some...
Was the money good?
Don't give him money.
Well, I can't. Yeah, it's comedy festival. I can't remember.
I got decent money.
Yeah, it's decent money. Okay. Anyway, so I wasn't gigging, but I was there, and we were at some other gig that Leo was on.
This is the thing. So I was at a gig with Paddy Lennox, and this was the last day of the festival, and like, because we all got paid a lump sum. I think
Paddy Lennox, the models Take Me Out.
No,
That's
he's a Irish comedian based like just north of London. Runs some really nice gigs actually, but nice guy as well. But so there's supposed to be 4 of us on this gig, this like last gig of the festival. Only me and Paddy turned up to do it. So I was like, man, Darius, can you do this? Can you MC this gig? Because otherwise it's just going to be like the 2 of us, and it's going to be, we've got this packed room. We can't just like 2 comedians doing half an hour each. That's not going to work. And Darius was like, no, I'm not allowed to. And I was like, oh, go on, please. You'll totally be helping the festival out. And Darius, after much cajoling, Darius was like, all right, I'll do it. Darius goes to walk on stage just as Quill Potter walks in.
And he starts losing his mind.
Yeah.
And starts going, I told you not to gig. And I was like, look, they asked me. And he started going. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. And then I said, fuck you fuck cunt. And I was cussing him. I was saying, you're a fat motherfucker, you fat bitch. And he wasn't doing it. And then I called him a joke thief. And then he was like, why did you hear that from? Then I started a fight with him. And then I got
But
banned.
he completely backed down.
Yeah, he did.
Which, ironically, probably could have kicked your head in. Cause,
Yeah,
like,
he's quite big.
Yeah, but like, because you look all muscly and stuff, but I've seen you in that box, pretend to be a boxer in that video.
You're killing me, man.
Killing me, man.
You're killing me, man.
Anyway, that's why I was banned from this. And then since they brought in the ban of Darius Davies.
So
from the
wait, hang
Singapore
on.
Comedy
So
Festival-
so this guy wasn't the official promoter. So how could he ban Darius?
Well, he was like, he wasn't the official promoter, but he was, involved in running the festival.
But they never had
Just a
another
lot.
one since then, have they?
I don't think they have, no.
It was quite a good festival. Actually.
Yeah, and the way it worked was they got like a lot of funding from the drinks companies because they were getting the drinks into the bars. So they're sponsored by Magners and Jägermeister and someone else. So they got, and also we got loads of free booze because we're sponsored by drinks companies. So that was fun.
It was fun times.
That was a fun festival, fun trip.
Fun trip.
Cool. Any news items?
News items this week. We got those mad,
Bogdanov.
those two
Twins.
mad
Just
twins.
pull them
I
up.
think
Pull them up.
this is.
Oh, yeah,
I
what
think
is
this is
it?
important
Let's
because
see the before and after.
the famed Bogdanov twins die of COVID after rejecting the vaccines.
Man, they look like Harry Potter villains in that.
These
Imagine-
guys are very conscious about what they put in their body.
Yeah, imagine rejecting one particular medical intervention and then obviously having medical interventions that make you look like a character in a PlayStation 2 game.
The one on the left here looks like a spitting image version of the guy from Wham.
Andrew Ridgely.
So that's the before and after there, man. Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
What's that thing called when you can't stop?
Body dysmorphia. Oh,
Is it this? Yeah, something dysmorphia.
That's going to be me in 5 years' time.
What do you mean 5 years? You got it now. You're on a 3-day fast.
Yeah, but I don't look like that, though. Yeah. I do.
Full head of hair asking for a hair transplant.
Yeah.
It's because I had that keratin treatment. It fucked my hair up for a
Straightened
bit.
your hair.
Fucked it up.
So wait, so these Bogdanovich, whatever they're called, like in that picture they look totally normal, and that doesn't look like a long time ago.
Yeah, that
they
was
don't
in
look
the
that normal. He looks
picture's
like
in the
fro-
80s, though.
He looks like Ed Miliband's brother. What's his name?
Dave Miliband.
Dave Miliband.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the better looking of the Miliband brothers, the more normal looking of the Miliband brothers. I'd understand getting your face changed if you're like the other one, Ed Miliband.
But what's the story? They both died from COVID.
COVID, and they
They're
didn't get
saying-
vaccinated.
They're saying that they died from COVID, but
Oh, right.
we know the truth.
Yeah, we
What's
know
the truth?
they died from plastic surgery poisoning.
Whatever it is, we know it's not COVID.
Yeah.
Or they died with COVID.
Yeah.
This is the thing though, like that's crazy. Like people can't see. They don't have a normal perception of reality in terms of appearance. It's like I was talking to my wife the other day about some of these women who get lip fillers, lip injections,
yeah.
to the point where your lip looks ridiculous
You
now.
look like a
it's
fish.
it's falling off. Like I'm like, why are you doing this? And I have a friend who's doing it, and I want to tell her to stop, but I don't. My wife is like, you can't tell her to stop because
It's funny.
They think it looks good.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to do because it's going further and
Is she
further,
white?
and the lips are
Yeah.
I knew it.
It's
She's
just
white, yeah?
madness.
Is she fit?
Yeah. Well, used to be. The lips are getting it's
like
like
this.
this madness.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
It's
that's too
getting
much.
like
They
that.
can't be that
look-
bad.
That is crazy.
It can't be that bad.
It's getting to that point.
I'd get a blozzer off her. She looks. It looks like a sex doll, doesn't it?
This is crazy. Like, and they just keep going and going.
But I
And,
think some of these are when it goes wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
some
these
are, but-
box
Hers
ones.
looks good on the left.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the one that looks good.
But yeah, man, it's just ridiculous. And
Wow, look at those eyebrows. What is going on there? But I think everyone's got like when you look at yourself in a mirror, it's kind of your perception of what you look like is probably not exactly what you actually look like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's a bigger problem in this country with people thinking they look better than they do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we need some more negative body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Like a healthy dose, like Darius.
no,
says.
but
Need
then
more body
they
shaming.
wouldn't be going for those things if they thought they looked good. They wouldn't be going and get that lip shit if they didn't think they looked good.
Yeah, but like, I mean, would you rather they had no lips? Because I was watching on Dateables, and there's a lassie on there who had no lips.
Yeah, but you're going to the extreme though.
No, but she wasn't. That wasn't a syndrome she had that made her undateable. She was like the sort of normal lassie who was dating somebody who had a, whatever it was.
Normal's cis-phobic.
I know, but didn't know what other word you can use for somebody, like the non-undateable
Scroll down, Mooch.
one.
I quite fancy this one.
Jesus.
I don't think that's too bad.
That's
That's
disgusting.
a bit too much.
That's a doll, mate.
Yeah,
That's one of them dolls.
I need to get one.
But let me just show you one thing. Yeah, what you're about to see is now a sieg in podcasting history.
A sieg.
Because we're talking about two French dudes who died allegedly with COVID.
Yeah.
And just this week, Macron has said he's going to do everything he can to piss off the unvaccinated, and that he actually used that word. Just want to say I segued into that very well. Segued into it. But what do we think?
Segue is a French word, probably.
Zut alors. What do we think
What is
about
going
this?
on?
About Macron saying he wants to piss off the unvaccinated. He's going to insist upon everyone using the COVID passport.
Don't know.
Very-
Yeah, and
it
he's
was a-
going to ban testing as well.
A very
He's- well,
provocative
not ban it,
choice of
but-
language.
but not-
choice of
yeah.
But
language.
all this stuff seems to be coming through. I mean, it's a weird thing because, 5 million people in France aren't vaccinated.
What's the population of France?
70 million, I think.
Pretty much the same as the UK.
Yeah. They're bigger, though. They're a bigger
Country.
country.
Yeah.
Volume, not volume one, land one.
70 million in France.
Yeah.
And 5 million aren't vaccinated.
Yeah. So, but those people vote, and he's just said, I'm going to do whatever I can to piss you off. And also, it'll piss off a lot of the people who've been vaccinated, but don't think it should be this big divisive issue. I haven't been vaccinated, but I've got immunity from having coronavirus. But I would get vaccinated. But I don't think people should be excluded from things if they're not vaccinated. I think it's stupid.
I'm vaccinated. I'm double vaxxed. But I do think
Have you had the booster yet?
I haven't had the.
So you're not vaxxed then?
Well, I have recently had Omicron.
Well, have you had the booster?
No.
Well, you're not vaxxed.
But
Don't try and make excuses, Mooch. Have you had the booster?
I have.
You filthy, unvaccinated scumbag. Unless you've had the booster, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Can you just think about the aging French pop stars you could be killing right now?
Yeah, two of them died. Go on, say what you're going to say anyway.
No, I'm echoing what we're saying here. I'm not. If you're vaccinated or not, it's your choice, and I think that's what is really fucked up here. Where it's kind of like you've got the leader of a country going cool. I know it's your free will, but I will do everything in my power to coerce you into doing something that you don't want to do.
Yes.
And it's fucked. You wouldn't have it with anything else. You wouldn't have it with.
He's
religion.
a tyrant.
You wouldn't have it with religion.
Dictator.
Right? Cool. If you can be whatever religion you want. But if you're a Uyghur Muslim, we're gonna put you into these concentration camps where you'll have a good think about it.
Yeah.
It's
We're gonna
crazy.
concentrate
It's
on
quite sinister, to be honest.
Yeah.
All that's going on. And here's the thing, the pharmaceutical companies got to be laughing. You know what I mean? You're being forced, because people say, oh, it's not forced, but people losing their jobs and can't go in public.
it's coercion.
It's coercion. It's forced. So you're being forced to take a product that isn't necessarily working the way they used to work or supposed to work. It used to be called immunization campaigns.
Yeah, like polio.
No,
you get the polio vaccine.
yeah.
You don't get polio.
You don't get it.
Or minor polio.
They used to call it
one wonky toe.
Yeah. They used to call it immunization campaigns. Now they're saying, oh, it's a you won't go to the hospital campaign. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I mean, no, I think
so
that's
no,
the same
no,
with
hang on. You're being forced to take their product, and it doesn't protect you from getting it or from spreading it, and then they have no liability if you get fucked up on it. So they win all around. That's the most gangster shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and you pay for it through your taxes. You're
Yeah.
distributing all these vaccines for free, but it's not for free because somebody's paying for it.
And
That's the most gangster thing ever.
The research was also partly paid for by the tax.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we pay for a product that now we forced to take. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and then they can't be charged or sued if you get fucked up. So the pharmaceutical companies, and you gotta keep on taking it now.
Yeah,
you gotta take 4 or 5 doses or whatever.
And there's a conflict of interest because all these government ministers that are putting the vaccine contracts, the PPE contracts, the testing contracts through are on the boards of these companies or getting backhanders from these companies, like Owen Patterson with Randox. And Transparency International said that 20% of these fast-track VIP contracts are handed out. 20%! That's a huge proportion. 20% are.
That's 1 in 5.
That's 1 in 5. That's 20% are corrupt or dodgy.
Crazy.
That's a lot of taxpayers' money being going into corrupt politicians' pockets.
What the worst
And
thing?
it's also these woke people who are like, oh, we're anti-discrimination, who are the happiest to see the unvaxxed suffer.
Yeah.
And want them to die and stuff. Where's
Yeah.
all this compassion that you used to have?
Yeah. And where's the
Compassion for people on our side.
yeah.
We're very compassionate for the people on our side.
And where's the bodily autonomy of and the whole safetyism, like wokeism is sort of tied into the safetyism. They're like, oh, I feel unsafe because this person's saying a bad joke or whatever. It made me feel unsafe. And now they're saying because they say your freedom ends when my safety is compromised. They say, you don't have the freedom to be unvaccinated because that could affect my health, because I could get coronavirus because you're unvaccinated. And they say oh, what are your freedoms more important than my safety? It's like, yeah, they are. I don't care about you one little bit. You could be fed into a wood chipper. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd sit there eating my fucking chips. So my freedom is more important.
Yeah.
But this is the big thing. This is the thing that why for me, who I consider myself left of centre, probably left. I mean, I voted for Jeremy Corbyn, right?
Man,
So
you're
I'm
the
ashamed.
most fascist.
Well, but this is the thing. You know what it is with woke people? They're just so hypocritical. They flip-flop. My body, my choice. Okay, is it my body, my... No, it's your body, my choice, right? Well, I don't want to know. I want an abortion. No. You have to have the vaccine. And then you read about how woke people react. They said, this isn't a mandate. It's like this. You don't want a vaccine. Well, you don't get to partake in thingy. Why don't you start your own Twitter company? Why don't you start your own YouTube? Why don't you do? And they do
it's
everything.
mad. All these people who think the state should run everything.
Yeah.
And then Trump gets kicked off Twitter, and they're like, oh, but it's a private company. It can do what it wants. Oh, and now you're suddenly an anarcho-capitalist.
Yeah.
And you think companies should exist and operate completely free of any restrictions.
Their morals just change so bad. That's why it's like I might not. Personally, I wasn't a massive fan of Trump, right?
Cool guy.
Yeah, cool guy. But he stopped Iran. He put a lot of pressure on But
Trump,
at least he was. Yeah, Trump fucking killed Soleimani, who the Iranians have now come out and said they said if you don't put Trump on trial, we're gonna start terror attacks on you, which is good. It's a little threat, just throwing that out there. We might restart our terror attacks. Yeah. But at least Trump was.
Have they reached out to you to start a cell?
Maybe. Allah. Allah. I don't know what I'm pointing. At least the right, they're kind of. They maintain their integrity on their positions, whereas the left will flop whichever way. We hate massive companies. I love my iPhone. We hate this,
Yeah. I'm anti-capitalist.
Apparently, Trump is bringing out his own social media.
Well,
Something called Truth Social.
Well, there's Getter
now that Joe Rogan promoted recently.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
Leo's verified on it.
I'm verified. I'm famous.
Leo's famous on
I've got a tick, a red tick.
Do you know what it means? He's the most racist and verified of them all.
Of Getter. The new, You gonna get it, Darius?
I'm as part of my fast, I'm also boycotting all social media and porn. So I'm 3 days deep in. I think the porn's the hardest one to boycott, actually.
Right.
But
I don't watch porn anymore.
Don't you?
No.
Why not?
If I try to...
Your VCR's too far away.
Too risky.
If I try to go on porn on my phone, there's a block. Because of O2 don't let me go on it.
Yeah, but you can get that removed.
Yeah, you can get that.
Yeah,
removed
but
quite easy. It's only a text message.
It's like Alan Partridge going down.
I'm going to start sending you porn. Just WhatsApping it.
Can I have porn?
So I'm like, I can't be bothered to get rid of that. And I was like, so then I stopped watching it. And also my laptop is downstairs and I don't have.
So laziness is basically the only thing. It's not some pious thing. It's just I can't be asked to go downstairs and unblock the porn from my phone from O2. Yeah. We've got comedians are now on the NHS. You can be prescribed comedy.
God, imagine that you're sick and about to die, and they inflict a comedian upon you. That is the worst thing. I've got cancer. So, have you tried to fast? I mean,
someone messaged me. I posted this, and someone messaged me said, "Imagine you're in a hospital and they're sending John Sharp."
I love John Sharp, man.
Yeah, he's great.
Just to finish it off.
I love John Sharp.
Imagine they said like an insult comic just goes and cusses you. Like, come on, you pussy, get up.
So they're sending people with trauma on comedy courses to
learn how to do
to
comedy.
learn how to do comedy.
Because that's what the comedy circuit needs. More
broken
mental
comedians.
people. There's not enough of us.
Yeah. But,
What? So they're sending him on a comedy course.
yeah.
So Brian Logan or Logan Murray or whatever
No,
his
it's
name.
those people that were in the thing.
Well, this lady.
Yeah.
Who is that? Who is that
Angie-
well-known, unknown?
Comedians could be prescribed on the NHS to help patients struggling with trauma.
Man,
Yeah.
comedians need to be prescribed. Comedians, they need to be
They're
them.
sending comedians to the trauma people.
No,
Not
no.
on
They
like,
say
if you
laughter
read
is the best
that's-
medicine, and we should really read the story.
Yeah, but if you
Leo
I've got a perfectly good opinion already formed from the headline.
Leo just making shit up.
No, we covered this on GB News. This is what it is. They said there's people.
GPs
That's
may be
not
given
what
the
the
option of
headline says.
No. Look, it says GPs may be given the option of sending people on a free course focused on making them laugh. Angie Belcher, comedian resident, Bristol. Sorry,
Can I just say one thing? Nick Knowles looks like shit.
yeah, he does that.
Fuck me, they've really done him dirty there. He looks like, I mean, fucking Elon's looking good, but Nick Knowles.
Isn't that the French twin there? That guy.
Elon Musk is now the richest man in the world ever with $302 billion.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a bit worrying.
Apparently, he lives in a $50,000 like studio, like made from one of these, like a
Yeah, I'm sure it's a bit nicer. I'm sure he's got heating.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't feel my feet.
yeah. Patrice.
That hurts Nico in his soul. It's his favorite comedian.
What? So he just lost
You're
his foot?
making fun of Patrice O'Neill. It hurts Nico in his soul. It's his
What? It's
favorite.
what Patrice would have wanted.
Yeah, he would have
Yeah,
wanted.
He would have wanted to just be rinsed
Patrice-
for having fucking diabetes.
Patrice was really funny.
He was funny.
It was really funny, and he never sold out his friends, unlike Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt.
Oh wow, that is, mate. That is some top segueing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sig,
Sig,
wig,
right
wig,
into
wig.
that, baby. I
Master.
Sigged it. I'm a Sig,
Sig,
master.
baby, Sig, baby, Sig,
Maybe the
Sig.
fasting's working for mental clarity.
Patton Oswalt apologised for taking a picture with Dave. How dare he take
Yeah.
a picture with Dave Chappelle? Even though Oswald once did a bit about how trans people are clowns. Should we
Yeah,
listen
so
to
this
that
bit it's not a very nice. For why on earth would you apologise for having a photo with Dave Chappelle, one of the greatest comedians of like this or any other generation? It's like it's a ridiculous thing to do.
I love the way that he posted it as well. It was just kind of like he's there writing.
Oh.
Like it's not just a thing. It's like it's a really like some. All right, cool. We're gonna pose for this. Take this photo of my
I
top.
need a photo of me looking pensive.
Yeah.
I'm really contrite.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if you look how much he's written fucking like it's a dissertation. And it's like
Jesus.
you don't need to do any of that.
This
so
is-
by
yeah.
by apologizing for being friends with Dave Chappelle, he made himself a target for anything that he'd ever done that could be It's like don't apologize. I would never apologize for being friends with Darius or Nico.
That yellow paper's really hard to find.
Well, in America, it's not.
It is actually. I looked for it. It's hard.
No, what you're talking about is jokes are really hard.
No, that's why I can't write any new jokes because I don't have the yellow paper. I only sell white paper in England. But the best thing is, classic. He came out with the apology, and then even when you don't apologize because it still wasn't good enough for them. They still rinsed him, and then they posted that trans video.
You can't apologize. Like you can't.
I think
there's no forgiveness.
In his defense, though, I think there's a difference. I don't know. I talking out my ass here, but I think
On the free speech podcast.
I think he's talking about transvestites in the sense of people who cross-dress, whereas Dave Chappelle is talking about people who, transgender people.
Right, yeah.
So it's not the trans and trans equality.
But when was that clip filmed?
Funnily
Do you
enough.
know? Oh, you can get.
Funnily enough,
Yellow paper. There you go. Amazon.
yeah.
Yeah,
when I
but
got in trouble-
£8.99 for one.
Hang on,
Talking about yellow
Darius.
paper.
Hang on.
Jeez, talking about
Leo's
fucking
talking
yellow
about
paper.
something.
Like it identifies as white paper. Anyway, like when I got in trouble for transphobia.
That's trans paper.
When I got in trouble for transphobia, some of the people, there weren't any like genuine transgender people who complained about me. There was a couple, but they hadn't made much effort. But there's like drag acts who complain. And it's like, man, drag isn't trans. Drag,
Shit will get off the pop.
yeah, drag is like trans blackface. It's like you're doing this like ostentatious sort of fake version of a woman, and then you turn back into a fat trucker called Kevin after you take it all off again. It's nothing to do with trans. So
My missus.
I got in. Yeah, go ahead.
My missus got tickets to a baby daughter, not baby, like a mother daughter drag bingo for trans. So you bring your kid down to it, and it looked terrible, absolutely dog shit. I don't know where I was going with this, but you're staring at me like I'm just a murderer or something here.
When was that clip filmed?
Wait and see what other transphobic filth comes out of your mouth, Mooch. Why did it look bad?
Leo
It was just in the upstairs of a pub. All these babies just looked more. It was for the mums more than anything.
Yeah.
But it just looks. But they were raving about it. They were like, "This is the best thing ever."
Right.
I think it's because mums are just like so starved of social sort of interactions that they just go mental for anything. Like
Right.
it was just. It looked such a dry event with this dude just dressed as a woman and not singing well, and it's just terrible.
Right, yeah. I've done those mother and baby.
Bring your own baby comedy things.
Yeah, yeah.
Are they any good?
It's all right. I mean, it's during the day, so it's not. You can do other gigs afterwards.
Yeah.
I've done them.
But it's not that much money because obviously the babies don't pay for a ticket.
No.
It's just the mums. But
Babies should
those
pay for a
freeloading
ticket.
babies should pay for a ticket.
I did a tweet one time. Some drag people came after me.
What did you tweet?
I didn't even know. I said something about, imagine this day and age, you can be famous on TikTok, or something about lip syncing.
Yeah.
You can get famous for lip syncing or something. And I was saying that lip syncers have no talent. And apparently lip syncing is a big thing in the drag community.
Right, yeah.
So they thought I was going after drag people by that comment, but I was really talking about TikTokers.
Right.
And all these drag people came up in my mentions. and I was like, what? I didn't even have a clue that lip syncing is a drag
I
thing.
wasn't
didn't have a
even
clue.
thinking about you. Like, and you're already pissed.
Wait, are you saying that
Apparently
drag
drag
queens
queens
don't
lip sync.
actually sing?
Not all of them. Some of them do.
You mean they're just pretending to sing?
Yeah.
Well, what else are they pretending to do?
Entertain. I don't really get drag, if I'm honest. It seems.
I see what you were going for, Darius. I appreciate it. But Mooch either denied you or...
I was
all
not going to
denied me.
step on that landmine.
No, but some drag acts are like Lily Allen. I think there's that. Lily Allen's hilarious. Vanity Von Glow.
Lily Allen's not.
Lily Allen's
drag.
a singer.
Yeah.
Lily Allen.
She's got 3 nipples.
Lily
Who am I
Allen.
thinking of?
I don't.
Did you know Lily Allen's got an erroneous third nipple?
I think. Are you thinking of?
Google
thinking of
Lily Allen. Google
Scar-
Lily Allen third nipple.
Are we going to be able to show it?
Well, yeah, because it's like it just. Well, maybe not. Because
Has she ever fought Sean Connery in a Hall of Mirrors?
she's the daughter of this.
Yeah,
Of Peaches Geldof.
Keith Allen.
Yeah, Keith Allen.
So who am I talking to? Lily.
Who's the daughter of Peaches Geldof?
Who am I?
Oh, Lily Savage.
Lily Savage. That's
Lily
it. Lily Savage.
Who's Peaches Geldof?
That's
She's
the daughter of
Bob
Bob
Geldof's
Okay.
daughter.
Is that the one that died?
Maybe.
Is that her third nipple?
I don't know, but if you
Shows off nipple and hairy armpit.
Google it, like the story.
Did you Google?
I googled Lily Allen's third nipple.
Well, yeah, but
Show
see
you
the top
pictures of
story
Harry
and
Styles.
it will say whatever
They
it is.
did have a picture of Harry Styles. I don't really know why.
Anyway, she's got 3 nipples. That's all you need to
Like
know.
Chandler from Friends.
Like the guy from Saramanga from James Bond.
Is 3 nipples a common thing then?
Well, I've got 2 nipples.
I've got 2 nipples.
I have 2 nipples.
How
My
many?
cat has 6 nipples. My cat, right? He's got like 6 nipples. Yeah.
What?
So
It's a
Yeah,
woman.
no, hang on, no.
Yeah,
Apparently, male cats have nipples, but they don't swell out.
My
Oh,
dog. My dog's got nipples.
Yeah.
I guess I've got nipples.
Yeah, some female dogs
exactly.
have got like a little dick thing.
No, but
What?
Some female dogs have got like a little dick
dogs.
thing. Dogs. Well, it looks like a dog. It looks like a dick.
anyhow, I was rubbing my cat's belly, and I realized this is a dude cat,
He's going,
and he's got 6 nipples, and I was like, what the hell's going on here? So he called up the vet. I took him to the vet, and the vet was that's a
Are you to
normal
pay?
cat.
You called up the vet.
Yeah,
You
I
took
called
him
up
to
the
the
vet. We
vet.
called up
How
the
much
vet.
did he charge to tell you that it's
Just
a
a
normal cat?
usual visit fee, 40 quid.
Oh my
40
god.
quid.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Man.
go on YouTube?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, why?
What did you think was going to happen? Do you think you had a trans cat?
Yeah, I thought something was going.
Was he lip syncing this guy?
Have you taken your cat to the vet for anything else?
Yeah, he had a bladder infection one time, and he was pissing blood.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
How many animals have you got?
Well, we had 2 cats. I got rid of one.
How
Not
do you-
got
what
rid
do you
of. We passed her on to someone else. Not got rid of.
Why?
The kids would scare her. So
Oh, right.
she's an indoor cat, and the kids would just run at her, and she'd panic, and she was stressed, and she was started shitting in the bathtub. So
Your cat took baths.
no, it was just when they're stressed, they don't shit in the litter box.
Yeah.
They just shit somewhere else.
That's the thing with having a cat, though. Ultimately, you've just got somewhere in your house with shit in it.
Yeah.
Open
No.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you've got a cat, because they.
But that's better than picking up shit.
Yeah.
You could have neither. If you've got gerbils,
Yeah.
Or
don't really-
capybara.
they don't really shit.
Can you keep-
Capybara probably shit.
Can you keep capybara?
So
You can, yeah.
what do you do with the gerbils poo?
They,
Eat
they're
it.
desert animals. They're tiny, tiny little like odorless pellets. So
It's like rabbit poo.
Yeah, so it just gets chucked out with her when you clean out their cage.
And then.
You still got to clean it out.
Yeah, but their name
Yeah,
means
but it's
tooth
just-
and nail.
you just chuck it into a bin bag and that's it.
But that's
and-
what you do with cat litter.
Yeah, but you eat
Yeah,
cat
but
litter.
cat litter, man, they do it shit. You can't you got to do that every day,
And it stinks.
and it stinks. it's like a human-sized turd. I don't know how this fucking
Speaking
animals do.
of shit that stinks, 90 Day
Oh,
Fiancé.
baby.
That's a
This-
segue.
Listen, this segues in this show today are next level, man. Mooch hasn't even been fasting.
No, not yet. I might give it a go though.
Okay, so 90 Day Fiancé star who made £38,000 a week selling farts in a jar has been
Hospitalized.
hospitalized. I thought it was a stroke. That sounds like something I'd say.
I'd have a stroke.
Well, would you sniff her farts? I think I would.
Well, not for $1,000, I wouldn't.
Oh, look, there's Mo. Look at that. Just to make
Oh,
us
yeah.
feel
Oh yeah.
just make us feel bad about
I
ourselves.
hosted the Brit Awards.
And he donated his fee to charity.
I broke into the Brit Awards, not his one. But
No, I don't think Mo did. I think he was invited and paid handsomely.
Yeah, but he donated his fee to charity.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
I
it's sniff her farts. Would you sniff her farts?
If I had crazy
I
money-
don't understand. People are paying to sniff her farts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much is one jar?
For my
$1,000.
Yeah, I think it was $1,000.
So why-
90 Day Fiancé star made a staggering $38,000 a week from selling her farts in a jar. Has revealed she was rushed to
But a
hospital.
week? Shit.
Yeah, it's crazy money.
So why was she rushed to
Should we?
hospital?
I know we're going to start doing a locals and a Patreon, but should we start bottling our farts and see if we can make some of this money?
I
I
can't
don't
fart.
think- I can't fart that much.
I can't fart.
I
well,
can fart on
that
demand.
means it's
Do you
much
never
more.
fart?
I can't.
Do you never fart?
I have to have my trousers on to fart. I can't fart.
Well, if you've got your trousers on,
Guy,
you can't
I think
fart.
I
No, I
think that
can't
means
fart.
your farts are more valuable because they're just more
Wow,
scarce.
we could sell them for even more. Nico's
Yeah.
farts.
Like so, but if you've got your trousers on, you can't fart.
No,
You
You just
can't.
don't get the build up of gas.
I can't. No,
Really?
can't fart. Yeah.
Like you've never.
My wife has never heard me fart, and I've been with her for what?
You never fart
12,
in bed.
10 years.
Have you never taken your trousers off in front of her?
No, on the toilet.
You
So you fart on the
I
toilet.
fart on the toilet.
Well, then your trousers are
Right,
off.
yeah.
Well, you have to take them off completely.
Yeah. I can't.
You take your trousers, you're there in your socks,
Yeah.
from the waist down, and then you can fart.
Yeah, then I can
Man,
fart.
I thought Darius was the most psychologically fucked up person in this podcast.
Is this like a hygiene thing?
Nah.
This is just a.
But the hygiene thing is I can't sit on toilet seats, not even my toilet seat.
What? So you just
So what
hover.
do you do?
And yet you've
I-
got a cut
toilet-
that shits
toilet
in your
paper.
bath.
You put toilet paper on your own toilet seat.
My own toilet seats, yeah.
Is that not weird?
No?
It's a waste of toilet paper.
Definitely weird.
I got my shits down to 5 slices.
You sit
5
you sit-
slices?
hang on.
5 sheets.
You sit on the actual toilet seat?
yeah.
You sit on the actual toilet seat?
Well, obviously, in my own house.
All right, let's
and outside in
Yeah, restaurants.
other venues.
in a restaurant.
Yeah, like, wipe it.
In a restaurant.
You sit
He went real
Yeah.
beige in there. In a
I said
restaurant.
And I'm still alive.
I did it in top secret. I've done it in top secret.
I don't know how you sit in
Man.
the toilet, but I use my ass, not my face. like,
but people piss on the seat.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
if you
obviously,
wipe
like,
it.
you know, you don't sit in the piss. You can make sure it's clean.
With what?
What restaurants are you going to as well? Because
Wait, hang on. Top secret is madness. I wouldn't.
Yeah, man, I don't know if I'd go that
That's
far.
insane.
Sometimes when you get caught out of top secret, like, for fuck's sake, Mark, man, please.
Yeah, it's
And you
crazy.
Maybe at top secret, I'd put some paper down.
But okay, so let's
They haven't
say
even
you're.
got a toilet seat at top
Yeah,
secret.
it's on the side. It's on the side of the toilet. It's madness.
And then someone's punched a hole in the wall because they're like, there's no toilet seat. Blam.
So wait, let's say you go to a restaurant and it's not, you're in a nightclub.
Yeah.
And there's some pee on the toilet seat. What do you do?
I'll get some toilet paper and I'll wipe it up.
And then you just put that in the loo,
yeah.
and then you sit on where the dried pee is.
But it's clean.
It's
You've
clean. I've
rubbed
just cleaned
it
it.
off.
You've rubbed the pee into the seat.
No, you've
it's
rubbed
not fucking
No,
cork
that's high.
pee.
That's
It's
listen.
not
That's
absorbent.
hygiene.
Wait,
baby.
do you wet the toilet paper and then wipe it off?
No, the pee is the wetness.
You guys are.
Then I might if I if there's been piss in it or whatever, I might put some toilet paper down on the seat. But as a general rule, that's what I clean it. But you know
That's
what,
crazy,
Nico, I'm
man.
still alive. I've got a healthy functioning immune system.
crazy.
I'm not scared of
Nah,
stuff.
yeah. I put toilet paper even on my one at home.
Well, that's insulting to your own
Before
family.
I sit on it.
If I was your
And
family,
also-
man, I'd be insulted.
No, but also it's cold. The seat is cold.
You
so
sound like you gone to school in like 1940s and they made you sit outside in poshgals and they had
like-
some kid to sit up and warm up the toilet seat.
You're like the boy in the bubble.
Yeah.
Protecting yourself from the germs.
yeah, no, I don't mess with
Does
pee
your
germs,
does
pee
your
germs.
family know that you put toilet paper down?
Yeah, my wife.
And
knows
does
that.
she not feel that that's insulting to the other members of your family?
And who's pissing on the seat? It's all girls, isn't it, in your family?
And one son.
It's me pissing on.
Have you used the bidet? You strike me as a man who might use
Bidet?
a bidet.
We had a bidet back in my house in Barbados.
Yeah, did you use that or did you use?
I think I used it like twice in my life, but my mom got it because my mom is into everything French, so she thought her house should have a bidet.
I had a year in Argentina, and before we got to Argentina, I went to Mexico, and I made a huge mistake. I woke up in the middle of the night and I drank the water, and I shat all the way from.
No, the bidet water.
No, I drank a bottle of water in Mexico.
Yeah.
Which had been left out, and they said, "Don't drink the water. Whatever you do, don't drink the water." I was like, "I'm sure it's fine." I literally, I flew from Mexico, stopping off in Paraguay to Argentina, and I shat all the way on the flights, right? And then, basically, it was they still let you smoke on the planes. In 2005, they let you smoke on the planes to smoke. So anyway, got to Argentina, I shat constantly. I lost about 2 stone just.
So you were in the airplane toilet.
Yeah. Shit, it was just so embarrassing.
Was there toilet paper on the seat?
No, I used all the toilet paper on the whole fucking plane, right? Anyway, I got to Argentina. I shat so much my arsehole was red raw, right? So then I started finding bidets, and I used bidets, and bidets were fucking great, right? But you've only used it twice in your life. Have you used a bidet before?
No, I've used the squirty gun, that you get in Southeast Asia. That's great. But the bidet, I don't understand. It's like a sink you fill up and you sit in it.
No. Well,
Work.
no.
But actually, Mooch, you should know this. You're
Yeah.
Lebanese. But the reason why I use the bidet, just let me just one point, is the most cohesive argument someone ever said to me. He said, "Listen, if a piece of shit fell on your arm, would you just wipe it off with paper?" And you're like, when you put it like that, I'd wash it with soap and water. So anyway, but how do you use a bidet properly, Mooch?
Well, there's 2 different types. There's the type which is just basically like a tap that's lower, or there's the type that sprinkles water up
So
into
the
your
tap
arsehole.
that's low, how does that work?
So basically, you wash. So you put that in between your cheeks and you just wash it with your hand.
Ugh.
Use your fucking hand.
That's even more filthy.
How is that? You're using your own hand to
you know
wash-
what? You know, I
you know
would-
what? If a shit went on my arm.
Or, no, as in like you wet it and then wipe it with the paper,
How would you use the
right,
jet
right.
spray one?
Jet spray, you literally angle it in your ass and you fire. You just unleash hell.
I did that, and then you'd give yourself a self-enema.
Well, yeah.
Shit
No, it depends.
water up
Like
yourself.
I would
Then you'd have to
also.
go and shit again in the toilet.
I'd also wipe a couple of courtesy wipes beforehand because you don't want that water just splashing liquid poo everywhere.
So your bidet has a thing hand that you can adjust?
There's two types. There's
a snake head?
It's kind of like, you know how when you pull when you're filling out the bath and then you pull a little knob and then it starts coming out the shower. There's two types of bidets, I think. How do you spell bidet? B-I-D-E-T.
Bidet.
Types.
Darius got an enema of Groupon.
Oh yeah, listen, I've got to say, one time I had an enema code where they put it up and they flush you out.
Colonic irrigation.
Colonic irrigation, that was the one. And then I had an enema shit. Colonic
What was
irrigation.
the difference?
So, colonic irrigation, I turned up. I don't know why I had it. I turned up anyway. You go into like this like sauna kind of thing, and there's this woman.
I know where you had it.
Yeah, we know.
Well, let me get I'll tell you why I had it.
You like
it was
liquids up your butt.
No, it was a Groupon. It was a discount on Groupon.
Discounted thing that went on my butt.
Yeah, you're like hot liquids up your butthole.
But anyway, I walked in there and they like show you like this like kind of big like bathtub thing. They sit down and the woman's like, and if you just want to pop yourself on that, and I looked and there's like fucking this thing that you stick up your ass, and then you.
Is it on the end of a?
So you kind of like sit in like a chair, and there's like a thing.
Has the chair got a thing stuck?
Yeah,
to it?
it's got a thing, and like a tampon thing, and you stick it up your ass. It's lubed up, right? And then, right, the woman puts like this sheet over your leg, and then she says this, and this is the funny. I remember she goes, "You might feel." So I'm going to turn it on now, the machine. You might feel some pressure. Just tell me if you need to go. Don't worry, it's totally normal. As soon as she went like that, I went, I feel it! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! You gotta leave right now, because I was instantly about to shit myself, right? And there's a tube. You can watch yourself, all this shit, and you just, as soon as she left the door, I don't know how, because it's spraying water up you, but you're shitting at the same time. I saw decades worth. First of all, you see all the shit, then you see like oil and stuff like, and then you see grey meat that had been in your colon for fucking years, come out grey meat, right? And as soon as I came out, my face was flushed. I'm not gonna lie, it's the only time someone's ever said to me, I was riding on the tube somewhere, my sister's friend saw me and she said, I saw your brother, man. His skin was glowing. She didn't know I had the thing. Then I tried to get an enema also on Groupon, and it was some shit one where some woman put some tube up you and put like coffee. The best one where they sprayed it up you. Yeah, it was really
coffee
shit.
enemas are a thing, yeah.
It was shit. Colonic irrigation, man. It was my skin.
The only
was
thing
glowing.
is, like, colonic irrigation is like it sounds.
I'm gonna get another one. You've reminded me.
But like you want,
and it feels nice.
But you want that it really disrupts the gut bacteria.
No, because
really?
when you go out, they give you like probiotics, and you drink these things, and then it goes back to normal. Honestly, it was great. It was great.
Here's the thing. If you're in a survival situation, you don't have any fresh water to drink. So say the water you drank in Mexico, you can actually absorb it. This actually happened to a family that were stuck in a life raft. They were yachting. They got stuck in a life raft. So they only had like, sort of slightly salty, dirty water from the bottom of the life raft. So the mother was a nurse, so she she put it in a water bottle and squirted it up her teenage son's arses so they can absorb the water, and all the bad stuff is filtered out by your
intestines,
anal intestines.
What, you can drink water from your anus?
You can drink water.
You can chunk a beer through your ass. So I don't see why you can't drink water.
So what? She poured the water in her son's
Mom!
Yeah, I mean, like that's gonna be awkward. Family dinner's gonna be awkward after that.
Wait.
Like,
But if
make
you're-
eye
Can
contact
you
with your
imagine
mum.
being the son who had to do it second? But Mum, it's got Brian shits all over it.
Yeah, it's probably with water that's actually come out of his ass. and,
Google
like,
this,
gone in the
mooch.
thing.
Say
Well,
if
I'm
you're
going to
at
show you
sea-
so this is the type 1 of bidet, which is just the classic, just fire down your crack.
But then you gotta use your hand to help.
And then hand or some toilet paper. And this is the second one. This is the superior bidet,
That fires it up.
this is a kind of like a little water chute up there,
Right.
and that goes.
Can you angle it?
No, you kind of angle your butt.
Oh,
rather
you
than
angle
the
yourself.
thing, yeah.
You twerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toot that ass up.
Man, if you did that in Aberdeen, if you had a B-day in Scotland, you'd be twerking so hard, man, because that thing's going to be freezing. It's going to be like 1 degree above freezing.
Well, no, they do. The hot water is attached to it as well. So
It
you
always
can't-
takes a while
it's
for the
kind of-
hot water to come through.
Yeah.
Google, can you drink water up your ass?
You can.
So why people at sea never do that then?
Part
When
of
they're
the
stuck
because
at sea?
they drink.
Because you don't
So
know.
why are
They
water
do.
coolers so high?
So you can butt chug.
So,
Can you butt chug
when-
salt water and stay hydrated?
When you eat food, this is why you got to stay hydrated. Because when you eat food, so the final part of the digestive process, when your turd is sitting in your like lower intestine, your colon or whatever, your body can extract water from that turd. So if you don't drink enough water, your body extracts the water from the turd, and you get left with this like rock hard, fucking nasty turd.
Yeah, according to Reddit. So
Yeah.
and we all know everything on Reddit is true.
Yeah.
So listen, if you're ever at sea,
I like this healthy edition of the podcast.
now you can. Now we know you can drink.
Hey,
Water for
Darius,
your
why
anus.
have you just been salting up that water that you've been having all day?
Because of my fast, apparently you need to make the reason what.
Are you drinking it?
Yeah, so what Nico is saying is like, he said, I'm cheating on the fast. But you're talking about starving yourself, right? Which is why people go all mager and shit and they've got no energy. I'm drinking water with electrolytes. So you put the salt in, so you replenish these, like your salt, magnesium and stuff. So actually, I don't actually feel too bad, as opposed to if you just went
But if you'd
hardcore, just
shoved that
water.
up your arse, you'd be glowing.
I'm gonna get one. Let's do Patreon only.
I think
You can
that's.
watch
Should
me
we,
get a
should we
colonic
do?
irrigation.
Should we do some? Like, we are launching a locals or a Patreon for some added content. I don't think they'll let us put onto YouTube. And I think we should we launch the locals and then let the people decide what we're gonna do for some content.
We are gonna launch a local.
I ain't doing no colonic irrigation.
Why not?
I heard a woman.
Oh,
Man, this is
Hey,
I-
listen. There's no toilet seat involved.
Yeah,
You can
I had
you can
heard.
stand up.
I had
You can have
heard
a-
what Mooch said as well. It can eliminate some of the flora.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they give you
and
that.
also there was a woman who did it and she got a perforated intestine or some shit
If the hose pokes
Perforated.
through the.
or something.
Man, it's
yeah.
like that big.
So it can.
Yeah.
The same
But
size as a dick.
I've heard about people having problems on them because I had checked them out one time.
I had it. It was great, man. You see 10 years worth of shit come out of your thing that you've never seen.
Yeah.
Like, I remember
I
eating
think
that.
that shit would have just come out your ass anyway.
No, it's grey. It's grey. It's grey. Not brown.
So what's great? Why-
Because you see the brown fresh poo come out, right?
so maybe it's
Then
great before it gets to the fucking brown bit.
because your colon's like all crinkly, right? And it gets all the bits that are in the crinkle that hasn't come out, like plaque. It comes
Like
out.
plaque?
Like plaque in between
Oh
your teeth.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't
The
think you
shit
have
is
plaque inside your.
So why have we evolved to not have colonic irrigations if they're so essential?
I never said they're essential. I just said they're fun.
We know why.
Darius is a bit too keen.
I've never had anything in my anus except for a medical procedure and or colonic irrigation.
I keep all my keys, my wallet, license plates.
Yeah.
What else was
In
on
my
our
anus.
thing to talk about other than
Hermione.
Emma
Emma Watson.
Oh
is-
man, I hate it. Actors and actresses get all like politicized, like the fact that they fucking pretend they're someone else.
Emma Watson has been accused of anti-Semitism by Israel's former ambassador to the United Nations after she posted a message of support for the Palestinian cause. Watson, best known for playing Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter films, posted an image on Instagram showing photographs of a pro-Palestinian protest with banners "Solidarity" is a verb written across it. It was accompanied by the quote with a quote about the meaning of solidarity from the intersectional feminist scholar Sarah Ahmed.
I'll tell you for a start, solidarity. If we're talking about the meaning of solidarity, it's not a fucking verb; it's a noun. So it's failed at the first hurdle. But I'll tell you why she's anti-Semitic. All these Hollywood stars that are like, oh, Palestine. Also, she's a feminist, or she says she's a feminist. You know where women have got equal rights? Israel. You know where they don't have equal rights? In the Palestinian territories.
or running water and electricity. Because the Israelis
Which they
withhold
need
them.
to do the washing up and get the dinner on. So it's not a women friendly place.
I mean, you know what?
So why are you
if
so
I-
against it?
You know what? You know what the thing with this is though, is what I would be angry with if I was Israeli or Palestinian is this guy's weaponizing anti-Semitism, because all she said is solidarity is a verb and posted a picture of Palestine. She hasn't said anything negative about Israel, but he's come out and said, "Oh, that's how low the bar is."
Yeah,
to be
but come on.
But wait, that's how low the bar is to be accused of being an anti-Semite by the former ambassador to the UN of Israel, right? Which means when actual anti-Semitism does occur, no one's going to take this guy seriously. And they're saying, well, look, you've accused this flipping thing.
Yeah, but she's taken aside. She's taken it aside in an ongoing, intractable conflict between two sides, between Palestinian and a lot of the Arab world and Israel.
Well, she was very specifically took a side, and it was the Palestinian side,
Well,
not
took a side.
not the Arab world side.
So why can't she say solidarity with Israel? Like, why didn't she say solidarity with Israel and Palestine?
Because the solidarity with Israel is shown by the disproportionate amount of aid and resources that are sent and propagate and prop that state up.
That doesn't get a disproportionate amount of aid. Like,
Well, it doesn't get a disproportionate amount of aid.
Bear in mind, the countries round about it repeatedly try to wipe it off the map.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
That was not that long ago. I mean,
That's fine.
Palestine, Hezbollah, Iran are all still having a go.
No, it'd be cool.
Are you not Lebanese, mate?
Yeah, I'm a man.
Yeah, I don't get into the whole debate about Palestine and Israel. But
I just think people say, "Oh, it's Palestinian land." When how
all
many wars you got to lose? How many wars you got to lose? And you're still, it's still our land, man. You try and fucking wipe Israel out. Israel fights back, and it fucking spanks you.
Let's not get into the
Sadiq
history.
Khan.
No, wait. The point is, the whole point about the whole thing, though, is that she hasn't said anything negative about Israel. So
She's implied. She's implied something.
Is that, can you just imply?
the lady doth protest too much.
It's like if if somebody came out and said, I stand in support with Celtic, you'd be like, oh, that implies they don't like Rangers.
No, it implies
Yeah,
they like
that
something.
also seems like a bit of a reach.
Yeah.
No, I think that's fair enough.
No.
It's one of these highly politicized.
You're wrong.
I just think, man, all she's done is been in some shitty fucking Harry Potter film. Just fucking be grateful you've got all that money. Show a bit of gratitude to J.K. Rowling while you're at it.
Well, I agree on
Keep
that.
your fucking
I agree
dumb
on that.
shit political opinions to yourself. Like, somebody like me should have political opinions. Listen, I've done jonglers, and that gives me the right to have loads of political opinions.
Nah, I think everybody should be able to speak on it, man, because that's that thing where, like, even like people tell me, oh, you should just focus on doing jokes rather than talk about vaccine passports and all that kind of shit.
That is good advice.
It is, but I don't.
It is good advice.
But let me say my piece. You know what I mean? It's like when they tell LeBron shut up and dribble. Yeah, they probably should, but you gotta let people say their piece, man.
Yeah, but then you gotta let the Israeli ambassador say his piece.
But my only thing about that is he can say his piece, but he's lowering his own cause.
Yeah, exactly.
By saying that's anti-Semitic, people are going to say, well, we're not going to listen to you.
people
on
are
that.
I'll tell you why it's
people
anti-Semitic.
Tune out because
Why do all these people just focus on Israel and Palestine?
So if she put solidarity with another Arab country, that wouldn't be anti-Israel.
Yeah, if she put solidarity...
I think you got a low...
Solidarity with the people. Why didn't she say solidarity with the Palestinian people being like murdered and tortured by their own governments, by Hamas? And why isn't she standing in support of like anyone else?
It was a quick Instagram post that just said solidarity with Palestine. Didn't say fuck
Could have been
Israel.
about the football
Didn't
team.
say
Palestine's football team.
It just
Maybe we
said,
should talk about that.
I just think that if you're going to say that is the accusation of anti-Semitism, then you can just go around saying, what's that? You bought a fucking Palestinian fig, you're anti-Semitic.
So all these other countries in the Middle East which don't...
Why do you always bring up other countries in the Middle East when
Because
it's
it's
only to do with
context.
Israel
It's
and
context.
Palestine? Okay,
because for a start, a lot of the other countries keep trying to wipe Israel off the map.
Namely when? When was the last time that happened?
There's
Leo?
the 6 Day War.
Yeah, when was that?
50 years ago.
Oh, was that 50 years ago? You're
it-
like a fucking wokeist going on about Roy Chubby
all
Brown.
right, the last 20 years. The last 20 years, Iran has been...
Iran
has been talking about wiping
Iran
Israel.
hasn't started a war with any other country since...
Hasn't been able to.
Iran hasn't started
Hasn't
a war
been
with
able
any
to.
country since...
Try and invade Scotland, motherfuckers.
Since they've never
Libya
actually
did.
in like over 1,000 years. So go on, name a country.
So Iran's leaders repeatedly talk about wiping Israel off the map.
In what sense?
Yeah, but we talk
in the
about all
sense of
sorts of
killing-
stuff that we're not going to do as well.
Yeah, but we're not running a country.
Well, so you're referring to Ahmadinejad, who said that in like 2006.
No,
or 7
other Iranian leaders have
Name
said
one.
something.
Name one.
They all got difficult.
I've just told you. But the whole point is, if you actually read
something.
Hermione.
Call me out.
Actually, that's quite funny. Hermione sounds a little bit like Khomeini.
Khomeini. Hamas, hummus.
If you read
Khalas.
the actual Farsi, what they actually mean, they didn't say is they deliberately mistranslated it to suggest, we meant wipe the whole country off the map, when they actually meant
Just wipe it down. Just
when
give
they
it a
meant
nice
kill
wipe
the
down.
people, but then don't recognize the state. Is what they meant, allegedly.
They meant clean up the streets.
Let's go on to a less divisive figure. Sadiq Khan has ended prosecution of young people caught with cannabis. This is weird because
Man, they should end prosecution of young people with magic mushrooms, because I got a fucking police caution for picking magic mushrooms on a fucking hill.
So they should
in
do it for
Wales.
old people like Darius as well.
When was that?
Fucking yeah, right. I had to, because of that. Now every time I go to America, I get a fucking taken into some side room. They think they've got Pablo Escobar, and I've got a police caution.
Did they give you a colonic irrigation?
No, it's not that fun. Actually, they're American.
How did they know it was magic mushrooms? You say I was just picking mushrooms.
Obviously, I've never heard of anybody getting arrested for picking magic mushrooms, apart from Darius, because of the fucking mouth on him. You know
Obviously,
what I
because
mean?
I wanted to go home and the guy was pissing me off. I went, yeah, go on then. Fucking yeah, it's magic. I just got pissed off with some Welsh dickhead. I was like, have you got nothing better to do? I was like, no, actually, I still.
No, we're in Wales. This is our 9/11.
They're magical
Well, they're obviously magic. Well, why the hell was
to go home and cook them.
But actually, it's gone. That's what I said. But I had like a big sack of very specific looking.
I told them you was gonna cook them.
I think it's dropped off my record now. But it was. But
So
then
luckily we recorded it and put it online.
You basically sold yourself out and say, yeah, they're magic ones.
yeah. But I was on magic mushrooms at the time.
Don't give him money.
Didn't give me any money.
Don't give him any money. Sadiq Khan is going to end prosecution of young people caught with cannabis and possibly ketamine as well. But what's weird about this?
What about people who have wired remote controls if they got caught with cannabis?
It's only 18 to 24-year-olds.
So what?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
A new
Surely old
pilot scheme
people-
in the 3 London boroughs would see 18 to 24-year-olds caught in possession of cannabis or offered counselling or speeding awareness style courses rather than being arrested.
Oh, I'd rather be arrested.
I was just like, why were they giving speed awareness courses but speed awareness style courses?
Yeah, they don't mean the drugs.
Yeah, it's like, you've got
Amphetamine.
caught with cannabis, here's a speed awareness course. So they're going to decriminalise it in certain boroughs as well.
But they
Only
don't they
certain
do
boroughs.
this? Don't they do this every 3 years? When I worked for the police, they were like decriminalising cannabis.
Well, apparently it's going to be extend other class Bs and amphetamines. Oh, sweet.
Why are magic mushrooms class A?
I think
really
it's
don't know.
because it's hallucinogenic. I think you can do some crazy shit on it.
Yeah, but they're genuinely like pretty safe.
They're the weakest, like
No.
like as
No,
in,
they're safe.
no, as in the kind of drugs that make like they're not like drugs. From my experience, I mean, unless you take like some sort of mega dose.
Yeah.
I took a mega
Professor
dose once.
David Nutt says that ecstasy, ketamine, and mushrooms are safer than alcohol.
Yeah, I agree.
The danger with mushrooms is that people who go out picking them will pick the wrong kind and eat them and be poisoned and killed.
Or-
Which I can believe, given that every time Darius and Nico go picking mushrooms, they'd send me pictures and they're like, "Can I eat these?" And it's literally ones that look at like they're out of Alice in Wonderland. It's like, do not fucking eat those. Don't even handle those.
But so that's the okay. That was the if you pick them, you might. But yet the poisonous ones are not illegal to pick. So you can pick the ones that so it doesn't actually make sense.
that
I
is
actually
true.
think the reason that my conspiracy theory.
Capitalism would fall.
That's what I think.
Capitalism would fall if mushrooms and all this stuff was legal.
Like and subscribe.
I think capitalism would be marginally improved.
No, it
Yeah.
would fall. It would
No,
fall,
because
man.
you'd have mushroom sellers and they'd contribute taxes.
Well, in America now,
Nah,
they're
the hustle, that hustle to get more money and sell more product would fade away.
No,
What?
like everybody, I do much. I still want to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not
You
straight
don't do them
away.
enough.
There is that point when you do mushrooms. When you know what, I don't need the newest iPhone. I don't need the newest thing. But then it gradually comes back like, I need more stuff.
Yeah. I've taken quite a lot of mushrooms and had a mega dose, and it's gone pretty sour.
Oh, what happened? Tell us your bad trip.
So I had these the mushroom drops, and I got them from this friend, and I'd taken some in the day, had a lovely little trip in the park, came back home, my flatmate was there, told him about, I've got these mushroom drops in. And he's like, let's fucking get cracking into them. So he cracks into them. My trip had gone, so then I was like, I'll get on it again. And I did a little bit, and nothing happened. Once you trip, you need a lot more to have the same sort of effect again. So it didn't really trip. I took a few bits more. Nothing happened again. So I took some more.
Jesus.
And then it just kind of just started, the sort of peripheral vision. It just kind of started creeping in there, and I just couldn't escape from it, and it just sort of overwhelmed me. And it was a long night. I was in my pants staring at like those fly catchers, the sort of UV things. Yeah. Just in my pants staring at that for hours, just going, it's all so beautiful.
You know how to end a bad trip?
Not by
orange
staring.
Juice or grapefruit juice or something.
Yeah, that and sleeping tablets.
Or just like 500 sleeping tablets.
No, just 2 sleep. There's something.
How to end the trip? Kill
there's
yourself.
something.
Yeah, more health.
Shotgun, mate.
Jump off a 10-story building.
Yeah.
Actually, there's something you can take that will end the trip instantly. It's like called a MAO inhibitor, MAO.
Oh yeah.
And that will instantly end the trip. It will just.
It will also end communism.
Put
it there, Darius.
That is
Come
a
on.
good pun, man. Did you hear?
Give me a horn.
Oh, sorry.
Give me a horn, man.
Sorry.
MAO.
I took a mega dose of.
Wait, hang on. Before you go there, does the grapefruit juice actually work?
Yeah, apparently it does. Well, I mean, not as well as a MAO inhibitor.
So MAO is something in mushrooms is called MAO, and you take that. Yeah, and what do you can explain? Maybe you know what it is.
Well, it's the thing. It's just what you said.
Yeah.
So grapefruit juice or orange juice.
Monoamine oxidase inhibitor are a class of medication used to treat depression. They were introduced in the 1950s and as the first drugs for depression.
And ask if that's the one that finishes off magic mushroom trips.
And if you can't find anything, you can lick Lily Allen's third nipple. It works.
But I think I'm pretty certain it's something like that. And grapefruit juice will just bring it on
Bring
and
it
then
down.
take a sleeping tablet and you'll fall asleep.
I took a
Who
mega
has
dose.
sleeping tablets lying around like that?
I took a mega. Well, you get those antihistamines that make you sleepy. They make me I get a really solid sleep if I have a
What brand?
Piriton.
Puritan?
Yeah. So lots of antihistamines will make you drowsy.
Yeah.
That's where you get the non-drowsy types as well.
Yeah, I took a mega dose of magic mushroom when I was 16.
Yeah.
It was my mate Gordy's first time, and there just some mad stuff happened. So we were in my mate Ev's house, and, his dad was out and stuff. He lived in this big farmhouse, and we're way up in the hills. Yeah. And it started off a really sunny day, and then then a storm came over, and the house got hit with lightning, and the computer blew up.
What?
And we were like, no way, and we were like. Is it because is it just in the
happening,
trip?
or yeah?
It's like we all saw it, you know what I mean? And then after when we came down, it had actually happened. But I took because we had 600 between us, and
600 mushrooms.
Yeah, I must have had about 250 or 300
mushrooms.
Yeah. And I was looking at my watch because this is the other thing. My mum was coming to pick me up to take me to the cinema to see Schindler's List. So I was
a film to see on mushrooms.
I know. So I was like, man, I don't want to be tripping. When I see Schindler, so I was looking at my watch to try and work out what the time, and I couldn't tell what the time was. I could see my watch, I just couldn't tell what it meant. And I remember I vomited. I was wearing these red suede trainers, and I vomited mushrooms. I had whole fucking magic mushrooms on my suede.
Red suede trainers.
That's probably the best thing that
black
happened.
leather trousers.
On a Vespa.
Yeah, I look cool.
With blue driving gloves.
Oh shit. You're killing me, man.
That will be our first video we'll release on the Patreon. You're killing me, man. That's a Patreon only. We will promise we'll release that.
Oh shit.
The
hidden content.
Continue.
I went to see
Schindler's
So
List.
It veered off by the time you got a Schindler's List?
Yeah, Mom
What?
came pick me up. Yeah, because you know what mushrooms are like. You're
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah,
off,
they
and then
just-
you're just back, straight back to normal. And you're like,
Do you find that whenever you do like mushrooms, something mental actually only happens when you're on mushrooms? Like so, like that blowing up.
power cut thing, yeah.
I was on mushrooms. I was due to start a job. Actually, it was LSD, and in America, and they phoned me up the day before I was meant to fly out to start this job, and they started grilling me on the phone about this job that I was meant to start, and I was like, "This shit only happens like."
And were you tripping?
Yeah, I was tripping, and they were on, I was
Why
in a
did you
job
take that phone call?
Because I didn't know it was fucking America. It's like a non. I was like, "Hello," and
Because
they were
that was
like,
a proper, that was like 150
yeah,
grand job
it was
or
a
something.
real job, and they started grilling me, and I was like, "This only happens when you're on like magic mushrooms. Like mad shit always happens when I'm on magic mushrooms and stuff like that."
So did you get the job?
I got the job.
You got the job?
Yeah, I got the job. I didn't start the job, but I did. I lost the job.
That's a funny story, actually, yeah.
Listen, right? You
Man.
know why I got this job? It was 100 grand a year. I negotiated, and they loved me. I had no interest. It's like some boring like finance job.
Doing
I didn't-
social media for this finance company.
Well, it wasn't social media. It was like financial kind of like their
Can't
online.
have been that financial, Darius. I
yeah,
mean,
but I used to work. I used to work in risk management for Citigroup like, years ago.
right before the financial crash.
Yeah, I called
It's a lot.
But anyway, I got offered the job, and I didn't want it. And because I didn't want it, they must have thought, yeah, he's the one to give it to. And it was initially at 90
Like
grand.
a girl.
It
You
was
don't
like
want her.
ni-
She's mad keen for you.
It was initially 90 grand, right? And they said, Darius, we know that's disrespectful to you, 90,000. So we're gonna give you 6 figures, 100,000. Yeah, that's right. And it was a 70% bonus.
Can you
right?
imagine giving this guy that sort of money?
I had that money, right? And this is, you know why I didn't start the job? Because I
Forgot.
I locked down all my social media, took it all down, except for my Twitter, right? Their compliance guy called me, and I'd locked my Twitter down. It was on private. The thing is, note to yourself, even when your Twitter's private, you can still read your bio, right? And my bio had the following quote: I run with 12 gangs. We only commit hate crimes. Whatever. I do what I want, right? Quote from South Park, right? And this guy calls me and says, "Well, I've seen that you do stand-up." And yeah, and he starts talking to me about suit. I've actually, the only time I signed a non-disclosure agreement is with this people who gave me a big money to sign this thing, right? So I'll obviously talk about it on a podcast. I signed it, but he called me up, and he's this compliance guy, right, from this big American company, talking to me about comedy. I said, "Listen, I'm not gonna discuss stand-up with you." And he's trying to pick me up because they knew I was like, they're gonna cause them problems if I actually started the job. Then he read my Twitter bio, and he read that out loud. And there's something about someone formally saying, "We only commit hate crimes. Whatever, I do what I want." And I'm just like, yeah, that's funny. Anyway, I didn't get the job. I got a big payout, but
Yeah,
I would.
because you waited 3 months to do the job. You didn't. I mind talking to him. I was like, man, you got to take this job. They'll obviously fire you after but it'll take 6 months to
Yeah,
fire you. Man,
that
I've
was
been
the
fired
plan.
before, and it takes a lot. Cogs turn
But not-
slowly.
not in America.
Not in America.
Oh,
In America,
really?
they can fire you like that.
Right.
That's the thing. In America, their jobs are called at will.
Oh, right.
They've got that's where they've got no benefits, so they can instantly
Man,
fire
because
you.
I was doing such a shit when I was a consultant. I was doing such a terrible job, and they just kept putting me on performance improvement processes and all this sort of stuff. And I was just like, man, like
Just fire me.
Yeah.
That's why they've got probation periods.
Put us both
That's so
out of our
long.
misery.
So
But-
yeah.
But yeah, so I said to Dad, just take this job, man, because you'll get a few months on this crazy salary before they realise that you're completely unemployable. And then they'd sort of put it off a few months, and you were overdoing the Edinburgh Fringe and stuff. You come back from
So
New
what
York
it
to
was
do the
is
Fringe.
what they said. Yeah, I was back at Edinburgh. I couldn't earn money in that time. They
Right.
actually went through every job I'd ever
Lucky
done.
you did the Fringe then.
Yeah, well, but yeah, they went through every job I'd ever done. I really went through like with a fine-tooth comb through all my things to try and to pick me up on it, and they couldn't find anything, even though they desperately tried. Like I even put the job working for Loaded for Jane.
Oh,
whatever
yeah,
we
yeah.
did. And they couldn't find it. Everything was checking out. I didn't lie because I didn't want it, except for that Twitter bio. But then they said they didn't want me to. They said we'll pay you off to.
This is like the day before you're due to start.
Literally the day before. And if I hadn't I might have started. I would have ended up getting fired or quitting.
Yeah,
the job.
yeah. But instead, you got like 3 months of this.
I got
same
paid.
salary.
I got
You got like
a night-
25 grand or
I
something.
got a night. We can't. discuss figures possibly. But I
For
got
no-
it.
to not do-
The only time I would sign an NDA, they made it worth my while. Let's just put it.
And he's like, colonics, baby.
Make it rain.
This is going straight up my ass.
For your money, where your butthole is.
That's right.
Right, guys. I think that's where we're gonna have to end this pod
All right.
on that bombshell of Darius getting paid money to go and put shit up his ass.
Please like and subscribe.
Hang on, I fucked that up. Go on, look into the camera now.
Please like and subscribe. Every little helps. We're on iTunes. Leave us a review. We're on Spotify. Also leave us a rating there. Thank you for listening.
And come see me January 28th in Bristol Tobacco Factory. It's going down.
Coyote.
Man, still not sold out, eh?
That was the last 20 tickets.
They're the most hard.
No. It's people are worried about Omicron. That's what they're telling me. They fear another lockdown. So they're hesitant.
But your audience
to
are
buy
all
the ticket.
vaccinated, aren't they?
So they're hesitant to
Actually,
get the tickets.
your audience shouldn't be scared of fucking Omicron.
Nah, all my audience don't know my stance.
They all died from being unvaccinated.
I keep the craziness on Twitter.
You're doing a tour of ICU wards.
But nah, January 28th, 10 tickets left.